Greetings. Welcome to my video tutorial on BrainPop. To access BrainPop, you could perform a Google search, and you'd receive a link right here, or you can use the address bar in your web browser to visit brainpop.com. Many educators are probably aware of BrainPop. However, if you're new to the site such as myself, you will find this tutorial useful. Well, what is BrainPop? I can tell you BrainPop, it creates animated, curriculum-based content, and it supports educators and their students. You can use it in your school or at home on a mobile device, and they have resources including movies, quizzes, games, mobile apps, experiments, and activity pages. They have hundreds of topics, but if you look at their homepage, they lay out 7 of them for you. You can see science, social studies, English, math, engineering and technology, health, and arts and music. Let's play around a little bit. Let's say we're looking for a lesson in arts and music. And you get a few more options here. And I'm going to look for a famous artist or musician. And let's check out Mozart. At this point, you're prompted to log in. I'm going to log in using my school's information. We'll talk about subscription at the end of the video. A big part of BrainPop are short videos on topics such as the one we're looking at on Mozart. You can click here to play the movie, and when you're finished, on the bottom here you can see there's a quiz. You can look at activities, some Q&A or FYI, some further information, which is great in the classroom with students. Let's take just a preview at the movie. We'll watch a few seconds here. I'm going to click.
I am transcribing correctly. That was a C, not a D. Dear Tim and Modi, could you please make a movie about Mozart? I heard he was really talented. Thanks, from Cheetah 15. You heard right. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was one of the world's most important composers.
Tim and Moby are kind of the hosts to the videos, and they go through it and speak to the audience about the subject. When they're finished, you can come down to quizzes, activities. Let's click on quiz. And here's an example of a quiz you could take with your students or for yourself or whoever is viewing the video when you're finished. I like the classic quiz. And what I like to do is put it into full screen right here on this button. And as a class, with my students, we talk about the question and have a short discussion, and then we have a vote and we select an answer. Now I'm just going to fly through some of these. There's usually about 10 questions. So we'll pop through these just picking random answers. And all the questions are things that students should have picked up on by watching the video. Here's our 10th question, and we're finished. And I like to view your results. I always click OK. And just by flying through that, you see we got a score of 1 out of 10, not very good. We could rewatch the movie right here, or we could read more about it with the FYI section, or they've got the activities and other things down here. If I click on FYI, it brings us to further information on Mozart, and maybe that would help us improve our score of 1 out of 10 correct. I'm going to go back to the BrainPop homepage by clicking that icon. Now let's say I already knew about Mozart, but I wasn't sure if it fit my standards for my state or my district or where I live. So I'm going to go down to standards. And here's where I can search by where I am or my subject or the grade level. I'm in Minnesota, and we want the arts. And I'm going to suggest 5th grade, and let's see what we have here. And it brings us a whole bunch of options. And I'm going to scroll down, and well, what do you know? There we have it, Mozart. He fits into this academic standard in grades 4 and 5. And we could click on it, and it brings us right to where we were with the video and all these activities. Let's go back to the home page. cool feature of BrainPop is that it also has BrainPop Junior or BrainPop ESL. BrainPop Junior for the younger students, BrainPop ESL for those English as a second language learners. They have featured content, like today they're featuring Eleanor Roosevelt, and there's really just a wealth of information to play around with when you are using the site. To finish up, let's talk about subscription. I'm going to log out of my account, and I'm going to scroll down here into this little basket where it says subscribe. And it's pretty cool. They give you a lot of different options. You could subscribe as just someone in your home, as a home school, maybe just your classroom or your whole school, or your district, or even a virtual school. And the prices vary depending on which option you click. If you can't afford it, or you're having trouble financing it, you can click on Funding BrainPop, and they have information about grants, funding alignments, all kinds of cool stuff to help you finance BrainPop. There's letters, research as to why it's useful in the classroom. You really can't go wrong on this page when you're trying to subscribe. I'm going to go back to the home page. If you get a chance, play around with it yourself. If this tutorial did not answer all your questions, take a look at the tour over here, or maybe the help or about us sections. Good luck with BrainPop, and hopefully you find it as useful in your classroom as I'm beginning to find it in mine.